15 houseplants to grow in your home. A sustainable house would not be complete without a good few pot plants to green up the area. A few cheerful plants in our homes can add to the feeling of calm and peace which we also crave. Some plants are also available which are endangered in the wild, so it is great if we can support such plants and help them to not go extinct. Make sure though that you purchase these plants from a reputable grower so that they are not removed from the wild for sale, as illegal trade persists in some of these plants. So while the science on plants providing clean air to the home is now on shaky ground, after a review of the NASA Clean Air study, saying that we need tens to hundreds of plants per square metre to achieve the benefits, plants are still nevertheless a very valuable addition to the home. Of course, growing plants indoors is not necessarily the best environment for the plants, which is why it is critical to select the right plants that will survive in an indoor environment that has low light and usually lower humidity. The best plants for your house will also be determined, of course, by what is available in your local nursery. Ideally, this will be species that occur in your area, that is, that are endemic to your area, but they are not always able to be grown at nurseries. If, of course, you have a neighbour who you can get seed from or cuttings from for endemic species, then that is great, but otherwise you'll have to rely on what is easily available at the nursery. So here are 15 houseplants that are really worthy additions to your home. The first few are well known, but some of the later ones mentioned are a little more unusual. Number 1. Peace Lily. Streptophyllum wallacei is a popular houseplant from the family Araceae and is native to tropical regions of the Americas and Southeast Asia. The genus name means spathe leaf due to the large white spathe or bract which surrounds the inflorescence. The flowers are produced in an aroid structure with an inflorescence called a spadix, which is made up of densely packed flowers. The plants develop offsets at the base which in time form a dense clump, which can then be separated out into different plants. The plant is adapted to surviving in low light areas, though flowering will be reduced. They prefer bright, filtered, indirect light and consistently moist soil. Number 2. Mother-in-law's tongue, Dracaena trifasciata, is also known as the snake plant and can survive in little light and water. It is also in the family Aspergeraceae and is native to tropical West Africa from Nigeria east to the Congo. It has been used for plant fibers for bowstrings in the past. The long leaves are dark green with grey-green cross-banding. The plant exchanges oxygen and carbon dioxide using the crassulaceous metabolism process, or CAM photosynthesis. This means the plant can photosynthesize during the day, but only exchange gases at night, which allows it to be drought-hardy and live in arid conditions. Microscopic pores on the plant's leaves, called the stomata, are used to exchange gases and are opened only at night to prevent water from escaping via evaporation. This plant will die if it is overwatered. It is difficult to get the plant to flower outside of its natural habitat, but the leaves provide plenty of interest. The plant contains saponins which are mildly toxic to cats and dogs if eaten. Various cultivars have been developed, many with yellow or silvery stripes on the leaf margins. Sansevieria trifasciata laurentii is one of the most popular cultivars. And number 3, the jade plant, Crassula ovata from the Crassulaceae family, can be grown indoors. It is native to the Eastern Cape and KwaZulu-Natal provinces of South Africa and into Mozambique. It is a succulent plant with small pink or white flowers in winter in terminal inflorescences. The leaves are a rich jade green, though some may develop red edges around the leaves in high sun exposures, and may even turn yellow in extreme cases, as carotenoid pigments protect the leaves from harsh sunlight. The sweetly scented flowers are radially symmetric and hermaphroditic, meaning that they have both staminate, male, and carpellate, or female, parts. The plant likes minimal watering, though it will suffer if it doesn't receive enough water, and it can suffer from mealybugs. Protect it from frost and cold weather. Jade plants are easily grown from vegetative reproduction, where broken off stems or leaves may root and grow into new plants. To help this process, ensure that the broken off leaf or stem is left to dry and callus over before it is placed in or on the soil. And number 4, cyclamen. Cyclamen is a genus of 23 species of flowering perennials in the family Primulaceae. They are native to Europe and the Mediterranean basin, east to the Caucasus and Iran, with one species in Somalia and Africa. They grow from tubers and are valued for their variable patterned leaves and upswept petals, of which there are 5 per flower. Most species are dormant through the hot, dry summer. Many species are endangered in the wild. Over 100 registered cultivars exist. Hardiness and cold tolerance varies across the species. The one most used in cultivation is Cyclamen persicum, which is frost tender. However, plants should be kept below 20 degrees Celsius or 68 degrees Fahrenheit to prevent them from going into summer dormancy. Cyclamen like plenty of natural light, but no strong sunlight in a cool, draft-free spot. Only water once the soil has dried out and ensure that they are well drained. And number 5, the anthurium or flamingo flower, Anthurium andranum, is native to Colombia. It is a tropical plant and enjoys high humidity, evenly moist soil in spring to autumn, and slightly drier soil in winter. It can suffer root rot if overwatered. It requires bright light, but not sun, to flower. They produce bright red, pink, and white flowers or spathes, a bracts that surrounds the inflorescence spike, similar to that of the peace lily. And number 6, the moth orchid, Phalaenopsis species, is a genus of about 70 plants in the Orchidaceae family and are native to Asia, New Guinea, and Australia. They are most commonly found in Indonesia and the Philippines. Moth orchids are monopodial, meaning that they add leaves to the apex each year as the stem grows longer. They are epiphytes, grow in the air on the surface of other plants, or lithophytes, they grow on rocks. A few fragrant flowers are arranged on erect or hanging racemes or panicles. The moth orchids prefer medium humidity and low light, but can adapt to lower humidity found in many homes. They are often very hardy, which makes them popular houseplants, even for beginner plant enthusiasts. They do not like being overwatered or cold temperatures. And number 7, the aloe vera. This is a succulent plant originating from the Arabian Peninsula. It is widely spread and considered an invasive species in many regions of the world, so don't plant it in your garden. It is commonly used as an indoor plant. The flowers occur on a spike up to 90 centimeters or 35 inches long, and are pendulous and yellow with a tubular corolla. The plant may not flower indoors and requires high light, although it can be burnt in full sun. The leaves of the aloe vera contain significant amounts of the polysaccharide gel acaminin, which is used as a skin lotion for minor burns and insect bites. The leaves also contain aloin, which is a toxic compound which may cause acute abdominal pain if eaten. Some people may show allergic skin reactions to the acaminin gel. Like other aloe species, the roots of aloe vera form arbuscular mycorrhiza, a root symbiosis which allows the plant to access the mineral nutrients from the soil. Use a well-drained soil and allow it to dry it completely between waterings. The plant dislikes cold weather and may become dormant in winter, in which case it will need very little water. And number 8, the common maidenhair fern, Adiantum aethiopicum, is native to Africa, Australia, Norfolk Island and New Zealand. It can be finicky to grow, but its soft fronds of dancing leaflets make it worthwhile. It requires a well-lit position indoors, but shaded and protected from wind. It needs to grow in moist soil. It is suitable for terrariums and hanging baskets. Number 9, the Zanzibar gem. Zamioculcas zamifolia is native to Eastern Africa, from KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa up to Kenya and Tanzania. It has emerald green glossy leaves arranged similar to a Zamia cycad. Zamioculcas actually means the leaves of a Zamia. The branches are actually smooth, shiny, dark green pinnately compound leaves, which are 40 to 60 centimeters or 15 to 24 inches in length. The plant is usually evergreen, but can lose its leaves or be deciduous in drought conditions. Flowering is usually from midsummer to early autumn. The flowers are produced in a small bright yellow to brown spadix, wrapped in a yellow-green spathe. The whole inflorescence is partly hidden among the branches. Bright indirect light is best, but some sunlight can be tolerated. Insufficient amounts of sunlight can result in leaves lengthening or falling off, or turning yellow, which is called chloriosis. It grows best in warmer conditions and well-drained soil, and will rot if it is overwatered, so allow the soil to dry out between waterings. The plant is most easily propagated by division. And number 10, the African violet, Streptocarpus section St. Paulia within the subgenus Streptocarpella, is a native to Eastern Africa, specifically Tanzania and southeastern Kenya, in the tropical regions. They are herbaceous perennial plants in the family Gesneraceae and not related to violets at all, despite their common name. Many of the species of the section are endangered as the cloud forest is cleared for agriculture. Streptocarpus eonanthus have been typically the most used species for the houseplants, although this is changing now as more species of the subsection become more widely known and more widely available to create hybrids. African violets are highly sensitive to temperature changes, especially rapid leaf cooling. They are most commonly propagated asexually from leaf cuttings. They can flower through most of the year and are relatively resilient to neglect. They prefer bright indirect light and slightly damp soil. Keep the leaves dry though, so if necessary water from below. And then number 11, the Chinese plant or friendship plant, Pelea peperemoides, is a flowering plant in the nettle family, Urticaceae, native to Yunnan and Sichuan provinces in southern China. It is endangered in the wild. Its shiny dark leaves are pulsate, that is, they are round with a petiole attached near the center. The flowers are inconspicuous. The plant can be grown even in lower temperatures when indoors or outdoors in temperate climates, but then in outdoor areas, plant the stem a little bit deeper in the soil for the added protection. It enjoys higher humidity but will grow in drier conditions. The plant is propagated from offshoots or from their rhizome. Offshoots can be shared with friends, hence the common name. It is suitable for planting in terrariums. And number 12, the Kentia palm, Howea forsteriana, is a species of flowering plant in the family Ericaceae and is endemic to Lord Howe Island in Australia. It is considered vulnerable in the wild. It is cultivated and exported worldwide as a houseplant in efforts to conserve it. It is popularly grown indoors, but can be grown outdoors too in tropical areas. Kentias prefer bright indirect light and no direct sunlight, and like to be misted 3 times a week. Allow the soil to dry out between waterings. The roots are sensitive to disturbances, so only repot when they're completely root bound and you absolutely have to. It is slow growing but can eventually reach heights of 6 to 18 meters or 20 to 60 feet outdoors, so beware if you plant them out in your garden. And number 13, the parlor palm, Cameodoria elegans, is a small palm tree native to the rainforests of southern Mexico and Guatemala. It is in the family Ericaceae. The leaves are pinnate or feather-like. The palms are slow growing and can grow to 2 to 3 meters or 6 to 10 feet, but can start flowering when they are only 30 centimeters or 12 inches high. The small orange, red or yellow flowers occur on irregularly branched peduncles, which are stalks supporting the flowers, which grow from below or between the leaves, from lateral buds on the main stalk. Pea-sized berries develop after flowering. The palms enjoy light potting soil with good humidity and medium light, with no direct sunlight when grown indoors. The plant can be grown from seed or by cutting off a section of the stem that has grown adventitious roots. Number 14. The cornstalk Dracaena, Dracaena fragrans, is in the family Asparagiaceae and is native to tropical Africa in regions from 600 to 2,250 meters or 1,900 to 7,500 feet in altitude. Young plants have a single stem with a top rosette of glossy green lanceolate leaves. When the growing tip flowers or is damaged, the side stem is developed. The flowers are grouped in panicles, which are on multi-branch inflorescences, each pink at first, but then opening white with a thin red or purple center line. They are strongly centered. The fruit are small orange-red berries, each containing several seeds. Some cultivars have variegated foliage. The cultivar compacta is smaller and more suitable to indoor growing. It is tolerant of varying light conditions and neglect, but it doesn't like frosty temperatures. And finally, number 15. The sea urchin cactus or star cactus, Astrophytum asterias, is native to small areas of Texas and North America and Mexico. They are slow-growing, round, spineless and squat, with 7 to 10 sections called ribs, which is usually about 8 though. On these ribs are woolly whitish areoles with hairs. The flowers are yellow with red bases. They are readily grown from seed and have been propagated since the 1840s. They are endangered in the wild and still severely threatened by illegal trade, so do only purchase them from reputable growers to make quite sure that they haven't been taken out of the wild. So there you have it, some beautiful pot plants for your home. If you made it to the end, drop a "made it" in the comments, and if you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe. See you again next time. Enjoy!